help us join and weave together social justice movements. And starting with the unwavering belief that we all have something of value to contribute. The vision is for us to work together in solidarity across our communities and region to make sure that women and vulnerable groups, those with disabilities, our rural communities, Whenua, we strive to create a supportive and enabling environment. And so we would like the Repair Café initiative to become a collective in which we bring together existing organizations and individuals who are already doing this work in this space. Really brief overview of what we've done so far. So one of the first things is that we've created a digital platform, a hub, that will be able to be used by everyone to broaden those involved in these conversations. And we can use this hub to grow this Kopapa. Another way we're doing this is by starting with Hui and community consultations like today to develop a collective vision to see how it might look in each of your towns and communities. So starting today, our Kōrero is about inviting you to share your ideas and your vision. And we hope that today's event is a catalyst for other kind Kōrero conversations to have, linking them to other international social justice movements like Earth Day and Sustainability Week. For example, the Taina portion of our day to share what they feel Repair Café means for them. Isla Partridge is an intern at the Wairarapa Women's Center, and she's 15 years old, a year 12 student at Te Aho Te Kura. She enjoys ballet, cooking, and being with her family. She's a keen volunteer and cares about the well-being of her community. She's passionate about the environment as well as local and national issues and has big aspirations for the future. I'm gonna add that Isla approached the Women's Center and said, how can I support the Repair Café getting off the ground? And then she brought along one of her classmates, Sam, who's also a student in school, and we've been talking with their college about how we can just make a Repair Café internship. And so she's actually getting some course credits for participating today and being a leader today and helping set this up.
Kia ora koutou, and thank you so much for attending our Repair Café launch. My name is Isla, and I am an intern at the Wairarapa Women's Centre. I'm a Te Aho o Te Kura Pounamu, or the correspondence school student. My school's flexible learning has allowed me to learn through my passions and interests, as well as pursuing my academic studies. So far, my time at the Women's Centre has been an incredible learning experience. Over just a few Wednesdays for the past 2 months, I have learned so much from Christie. I have learned about leadership, collaboration, planning and brainstorming, what it takes to run an organisation and how to really make things happen in my community. I have also been able to use my achievements at the Women's Centre in my NCA studies. This speech will go towards my English class. I was the first volunteer for the Repair Café, and I have started a mission to involve more Te Kura Wairarapa students in the Wairarapa Women's Centre, including Samantha, who is here today. I strongly believe that we must give rangatahi a bigger piece of the pie. We are seeing increasingly negative trends for youth in regards to crime, violence, mental health and substance abuse. We are witnessing just the early impacts of social media becoming integrated into the lives of our children and teens. We are watching society backpedal on historic steps towards gender equality. A recent UK poll revealed over 45% of young men agree with the statement. We have gone so far in promoting women's equality that we are discriminating against men. Young people are feeling unseen and unheard at a time where they are being expected to see and hear more than any generation before them. Climate change and the state of our planet, the increasing gap between the rich and the poor, and the worsening divide between the sexes. These are just a few examples of the social, economic and cultural factors that are weighing on young people's minds. We have to give our young people the space to lead, to contribute and connect with purpose. The Repair Café is an opportunity to antidote this. This is a space where rangatahi can bring their ideas, energy and willingness to learn. I, among others, am taking a step forward. We are changing the narrative of today and tomorrow. I am 15 years old. I was born in 2009. Growing up, I have witnessed firsthand the rapid change in how our society operates, how we purchase, how we consume, dispose of, and abandon. I have watched fast fashion and consumerism take hold of young people, seen how buying hundreds of dollars worth of clothing has become normalised, how we don't seem to question the ethics in which these items are produced, and where most of these items end up. A simple tear, an undone seam, oh well, that's the end of that. I have seen how convenience foods are now so many young people's breakfast, lunch and dinner. I know many young people who are unequipped with any cooking skills at all. Personally, my practical skills stop at taking a pen apart and putting it back together again with varied success. What I am trying to say is that we are at risk of losing the knowledge and skills that humanity has quite literally built our society on. Not just skills we are at risk of losing, but our connections. Connections to our ancestors, to our heritage, our culture, the connection to our hands, our creativity, the materials around us, our whenua. We are living in a pivotal time. All of this is on the table. To sustain our mana and our earth, we must sustain our skills. This is why I urge you to look at the Repair Café not just as a same old event for the community, where a few household objects can extend their life away from the tip, but as a crucial building block for the community of the future. Our vision for the Repair Café is for it not just to be a one-off event, but continuous and sustaining. I hope you can feel the amount of power we have in this room to impact the lives and futures of our Wairarapa rangatahi. Thank you.
Asifa Hanif is a software engineering student at Victoria University, Wellington, with a deep passion for tech community and making a real impact. She's been a student rep on the university board, an intern with Google X TOA, and is active in youth leadership and volunteer work, from tutoring to supporting refugee resettlement. Her passion is to bring the voice of rangatahi and underrepresented communities into spaces where they're often left out. Specifically, her mahi is all about using AI, coding, and creativity to build a better, more inclusive future and helping others to see that they can too. In addition to sitting on the governance board of the Wairarapa Women's Center, she's also a member of the Carterton Youth Council since 2022 and a member of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Women's Association.
Isla. Kia ora koutou katoa. I'm Asifa, as Christie mentioned. Thank you, Christie, for the wonderful introduction. And I'm so glad to see that we had such a wonderful turnout today as well. After sharing the kaupapa of Repair Café with my peers and in all the societies I belong to and am involved in, I was shocked at the different responses I got. It was like a lot of people were just a bit confused about what Repair Café was initially. They were like, what do you mean? Like, what's a cafe? Like, I was sitting in a cafe. Like, everyone was just like very literal about it. And I was like, no. It was just us getting together as a community and working together to build things. And as like Isla mentioned, it was just to kind of bring back a bit of more humanity within us. Things like that. And a lot of them were genuinely excited as well. They were just like, oh yeah, I would love to be a part of this. Yeah, there's like, and especially in the cost of living crisis throughout this generation that we're going through, people don't have the money to go and buy a new pair of shoes or buy a new, even scissors. Like, it's so expensive to buy a good pair of scissors. And so it was just the idea of not having to just fix those things, but also the community empowerment, sustainability, and like hands-on learning that we have forgotten about because everything is so digitalized nowadays. And I think when it comes to rangatahi and students being involved in things like this, it also gives them an outlet of ideas, because sometimes we're so limited within our universities or high schools because you have to learn a specific subject, or this is the curriculum, you have to follow this, and this is where they can channel those thoughts in different ideas. And others were also curious about how they could document it. So as there's a poster about the Restart community, and they basically document all of the Repair Café works that have been done throughout the world, and like how much waste has been managed, things like that. So just finding those different outlets to support the kaupapa. There's a real buzz around the idea of coming along to the next Repair Café event, and this is where we're trying to bring in more regional partners, and some people were also thinking about maybe how they can contribute long term. So this kind of energy kind of maybe brings up the idea of having a youth advisory group for the Repair Café, because a lot of it's obviously time is a big thing for everyone. Not everyone has the time to make it to things, or the time to do things, time to build things. And I think as youth, we have that energy, we have that passion that we just want to get together and create something that's long lasting. And I think having that youth advisory group, especially for the Repair Café, will be amazing. And it would be an amazing way to ensure that young voices, rangitahi from all walks of life, are part of shaping the future for this kaupapa. And there's so much potential for leadership, creativity, and intergenerational learning too. So we're really excited to invite everyone to the next event to explore how we can grow this movement together. Thank you.
Rose, mana whenua to the Wairarapa and a passionate member of the Masterton Youth Council. Rose is a strong advocate for her whānau. She stands proudly for her peers, using her lived experience to champion change and representation for young people, especially young mothers in Masterton.
Kia ora whānau. Ko Rose, to Whenua. As you heard a few times there, I was introduced as mana whenua. I don't really like acknowledging that because I see us all as kaitiaki to the land, not just mana whenua, it's all of us and it's all of our job. This is just a little bit of my speech I have prepared for you all. As a Māori woman and mana whenua, I see myself as a kaitiaki, a guardian of the land, the waters and all that Papa Whenua gives us. Our tupuna lived in harmony with the whenua. Nothing was wasted, everything had a purpose, value and life beyond its first use. Colonisation disrupted that balance. We were all pulled into a world of waste and overconsumption. But mātauranga, the deep wisdom of our tupuna's knowledge still lives within us. And Repair Café to me is more than a place to fix things. It's the beginning of restoring tikanga in our community, reviving the values of care, resourcefulness and respect for the whenua. It's about more than repairs, it's about reconnection to the land, to each other and to our role as kaitiaki. This is how we honour our whakapapa and how we begin to walk in the footsteps of our ancestors once more. Kia ora whānau, thank you all.
And now we'd just like to open the floor. If anyone here who's come to have a conversation today would like to come up and share a few words, we'd love to hear from you.
My name is Lily. I was one of the founding members of Y Waste, and which is still being extremely strong and growing within our community at the moment. So I made my way through being a volunteer to being a manager to being on the board. And we're doing really well. Financially, we're even keeping our head above water. We've even just completed a pilot project thanks to the council for a pilot project of fruit rescue as well. So we've now we're just in the process of extending that. It's been a highly successful pilot project, so we are going to be we've extended that through the year, and so now we're bringing in fruit from people just ringing up saying I've got fruit trees, I don't want the fruit off, and so we've got teams of people going out to pick that up. So So we've got teams of people going out in the morning, picking up all the food from all the supermarkets. We'd be shocked to see how much food we get every day. Tons of food we get out of the supermarkets. Growers bring food into us. And then we are part of the whole national network where we have a national network that gets food out of the big producers, and that gets shipped into our community as well. So our warehouse is a place where food comes in regionally, and then we distribute it to organisations who feed people. So we don't feed people directly. So it's all food that was found from landfills of pigs. So we've got people for pigs, and so we're doing really well. The other organisation that we have at the moment is Take the Jump, which is a climate change initiative which is about coming together as a community and encouraging and inspiring each other to do what we can. So we're saying no more time for blame games, no more us and them. We need to work together to figure this out and bring our own passions into the space. You may be really good at doing that, you're really good at doing that. Let's all work together and inspire each other.